Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. Welcome to the last minute news and notes, guys. Sunday morning for week 5. Let's rip through this. Going to talk about some NFL injuries for fantasy football. Some things you need to know, guys. Listen, it's week 5. It's a must-win situation for a lot of people, whether you're 0-4, 1-3, 2-2. Even if you're 4-0, it doesn't matter. You need to win. It's week 5. Let's get you prepped. Before I do, guys, make sure you guys follow Flick Chat below. I put a link here below on YouTube. Join the conversation. I will be giving away a signed Josh Jacobs card during the Monday night or so. Who is it going to be? It's going to be Vikings and Seahawks tonight at 8:20. So I'm going to be giving it away at halftime, most likely to Josh Jacobs, but I'm going to do it inside the app. So go to Flick Chat, guys. If you guys are in the car, Flick Chat is the app, or check it out on my Instagram, Fantasy Football Counselor. I've got it linked in my bio. But get into Flick Chat right now, guys. The group is amazing. We get to chat. We get to talk during games. It's phenomenal. Quizzes, polls, and giveaways. Sign Josh Jacobs card. And also, guys, smash a thumbs up to this video. Remember, follow Flick Chat. There's a link below. And, of course, leave some stars and scissors questions. I'll try to get to as many as I possibly can. But understand, Sunday mornings are very busy. I'm editing my lineups. I'm helping other people. I do a virtual tailgate on Fan to Fan Network. Make sure you guys are tuned into there. FTFN on YouTube. Make sure you go follow that. A lot of activities to get you guys going in the morning here before the games kick off. Okay, guys? All right, so let's get to this right now. Let's get some news and notes here. Henry Ruggs, apparently, right? I'm going to pull out the news here. I got so much news I got to go over here. All right. So Henry Ruggs here looks like he hopes to play in week 5. If you guys are Henry Ruggs owner, not a guy I was excited about. I knew he'd be questionable. Listen, this guy is with Derek Carr. Derek Carr has not made good fantasy wide receivers in the past couple of years, let's put it that way, or ever for that matter. So I don't trust him. I mean, anybody, here's another note. If I'm saying questionable or limited, anything like that, I would say stay away. I wouldn't start them, right? Because they may be limited. We saw this with Julio Jones. We've seen this with players all the time. They're questionable, they're a game time decision, and they don't do anything. So it's very important you guys avoid that. So Henry Ruggs, hamstring, hopes to play in week 5 against the Chiefs, but no final decision has been made according to a source. All right, Raheem Mostert, okay, his knee was bothering. He is expected to play. A bit of a question mark there in regards to who you start there with the 49ers running backs. It's been a disaster. You don't know who to trust, okay? So I personally don't like this committee there. Deebo Samuel apparently had an illness, is expected to play. Doesn't state the illness, but he is supposed to play this week. Julio Jones, we were just talking about him. Hamstring is considered a game time decision versus the Panthers. Now listen, this is a must-win situation for the Falcons. They got to win. I would utilize Julio Jones, but that hamstring injury could linger. But at this point, you're 0-4. You got to play the guy. You got to play Julio. I don't care how hurt he is. I don't care about preservation. There's nothing to preserve. It's a must-win game. You got to play him. Now, for fantasy, you don't got to play him. That's not very important. But I'm telling you, you got to play him if you are the Cardinals. That's it, but not you guys. I mean, if you have a better option, I would probably start that because, again, he may be a decoy at best. Lamar Jackson, his knee was bothering him. From what I'm hearing, he is expected to play versus the Bengals week 5. His knee was bothering him. This was one thing I was worried about him going into the season. Is that going to continue? Is that going to linger? Is it going to be a problem for a stud like him who runs a lot? I hope he's okay. He looks like he's playing. Start with caution as well. Marquis Brown, also wide receiver for the Ravens, listed as questionable, is expected to play. Be cautious with him. Also, they're all banged up. Mark Andrews had a thigh problem. It was bothering him. He is expected to play as well. Should be good to go. Bengals, again, they have a really, really crappy rush defense. But again, who are you going to start for the Ravens, right? Who do you trust? Do you trust Ingram? Do you trust Dobbins? It's so suspect there. So that's why I avoided that committee, okay? Joe Mixon, this guy coming off a huge week. Shin has been bothering him. He is expected to play. He is listed as questionable. It was, one of his best games of the year, right? He was producing amazing numbers. Is that going to continue this week? No, I think it's going to stop today versus the Ravens. Joe Mixon, enjoy your one week wonder there of a game, okay? Mike Williams, not that he's on a lot of people's teams, but he's listed as questionable. His hamstring was bothering him. Jared Cook, I got him in one of my leagues. I may not start him. I may find a better option. He is a game time decision. This is one of those instances where I said, be careful. Be careful, okay? Not a guy I would be starting. at all. Also, Michael Thomas, I don't think he's going to be playing this week, so I would, not start him. Again, Jared Cook is a game time decision. So is Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, I'd probably still shelf for this week. Okay, Drew Locke. A lot of people ask about Drew Locke. He's a backup in a couple of my leagues. Nothing excited. He was limited in practice on Saturday, questionable for week 5 versus the Patriots. He is also shaping up to be a game time decision. Be cautious with him. A lot of people ask about A.J. Brown. From what we're hearing, his knee was bothering him. He was a full participant in practice. I think it was Saturday or Friday. He is listed as questionable. Okay, so A.J. Brown, another guy, you want to be cautious. I mean, injuries are everywhere, so you got to be cautious with all of these injuries. Noah Fant ankle was seen at practice. Doesn't mean he was really participating. He was injured in week 4. I'm a little questionable about him as well, getting the full reps. So, again, I hope you have depth. This is why I talk about 16 rounds. Make sure you guys have depth. Cover yourself, backup plan for a backup plan, because things like this happen. People go down. I don't know what to tell you, man. You got to have depth. This is why it's important. Ryan Tannehill likely to be missing several of the top targets in week 5 due to whatever happened with the world pandemic. So, again, we have question marks with A.J. Brown. Be cautious with some of the Tennessee Titans, okay? Now, understand, guys, the Buffalo Bills and Tennessee Titans game has been moved to 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. We got 2 Monday nighters between the Broncos and the Patriots and the Chargers and the Saints, both on Monday. So you need to be aware of that when you're editing your lineups. Just something to think about. So Tannehill, again, missing some of his options, potentially. We're not sure exactly all the details of this, but Tannehill should be good to go from what I hear. Cam Newton has not been ruled out for week 5 starter versus Denver yet, from what I'm hearing. Again, by the time of this recording, we don't know. So apparently there's a chance that Newton could play, so be cautious with him as well. There's some uncertainty all around with the New England Patriots quarterbacks, that whole situation. If you do have a better option, okay, because I think he's questionable. There is people saying he's starting, people saying he's not. He is questionable, right? So if you have a better quarterback option, it might be safer to play another person over Cam Newton. Okay, now by the time of this recording, I'm recording in the morning, early, there's a chance that he could play. Don't say, well, Cam Newton tore it up. He told me to bench him. If you have a better option, guys, probably better because there's so much uncertainty, right? There's a chance. What if Cam Newton says, I'm not going to play, right? Or there's a COVID or, a situation with the pandemic and the disease and, you can't play. Then you have a problem, right? Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for injuries that you should be aware of. There is other things, you should look at. Jimmy Garoppolo as a full practice, not on the injury report. Hopkins, non-injury, did fully participate on Friday, but is not on the injury report. Hopkins had some issues. I think he was a little banged up, but I think he's good to go. I'm just taking a look and just trying to see if I missed anything here. I think we got everything covered. Now, there's a lot of guys that need to redeem themselves, guys like Kenny and Drake this week that, haven't wowed us. Todd Gurley, David Johnson, a lot of people knocking me for them. But Gurley had a good game last week, right? David Johnson's been safe. Hopefully they start playing this week. They have good matchups. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a really good matchup this week. Hopefully he's been good. He's been safe. He hasn't been phenomenal, so something to watch. Again, Kenny and Drake been sucking the bed. Joe Mixon going to watch him. So we're really going to see this week. This is the week where, you fizzle out a lot of players. Say, hey, you're good. You're not good. We're going to have a good idea. So week 5, very important. In regards to matchups, not really anything I'm looking forward to. Go back and look at the preview show I did with Tom Santinella on Wednesday. Go check that out. But again, matchups, I guess I'm looking forward to the Raiders and Chiefs game I'm looking forward to. I'll watch that 1 p.m. But then again, at the same time, you got the Panthers and the Falcons. I want to watch that because, again, Falcons are on thin ice. They got to win that. And Houston's got to win. They're on 4 against Jacksonville. So those are some of the games I'll be watching. And, I'm excited about the season, guys. I'm excited about week 5. Go out there, dominate, and smash thumbs up, guys. Helps the channel. And join me in the Flick Chat, guys. If you join the Flick Chat app, you're automatically entered to win a Josh Jacobs card. All right, guys. Thank you for being here, guys. And, of course, this is very, very important. You got to smash that thumbs up. It really does help the channel. Oh, and a couple other things, guys. It's very, very important you do this. Very, very important. Fan-to-Fan Network, okay? It's a network with all of the top ambassadors from every team. I'm talking Patriots. I'm talking Jets. Not that anybody cares about the Jets. I'm talking Cowboys. I'm talking Steelers. We've got all of the top ambassadors in one spot. So this is pretty phenomenal. We've brought it together. And you guys, I encourage you guys, go check out the site. It's called fantofannetwork.com. Okay? Let me repeat that, fantofannetwork.com or FTFN on Insta, yeah, and of course YouTube. So there's a link here below. And we're going to do a virtual tailgate, 11 a.m. Eastern. Guys, this is very, very important. Pay attention, 11 a.m. Eastern. And we do a preview. We do a full preview from injuries to news to head-to-head matchups from all of the ambassadors. It's an awesome experience. I encourage all of you guys to take part of it. So that's FTFN on Insta, okay, and Twitch and YouTube. So it's everywhere, guys. Fan to Fan Network, can't miss it. And bookmark the page because it gives you all the latest news and notes from all the top ambassadors. The thing is, a lot of other sites have bloggers and stuff like that, which is great. Writers are okay, but we actually have ambassadors doing YouTube videos. So you can go to click on a team, let's say, like I said, the Panthers, and you can go to see Big Cat there on the Panthers page. So it's very, very important, guys, that you guys are a part of Fan to Fan Network. And of course, Flick Chat, guys, Flick Chat. Make sure you guys jump in the room. There is a link here below or in my Instagram bio. Go do that. Week 5 is upon us. Fantasy football week 5. Go out there, crush it, smash thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. We'll talk soon.